Wait! No! Oh, for crying out loud. Where's the intro? Wait.
And now, coming to you live from an undisclosed location somewhere in the Ozark Mountains, it's Spooky Talk Show with Josh the Devil. And now, here he is, Josh the Devil.
Yeah, okay. Well, I screwed that up royally, didn't I? Hey, welcome to Spooky Talk Show. I'm Josh the Devil, and it's election night and all that shit. And you'll notice some changes about tonight's show. One, it's Tuesday, obviously. But also, I really do not give shit about monetization. I've just gone ahead and checked the box and said, fuck off. So we're not going to worry about all that stuff where we normally try and censor ourselves to just a few maybe inappropriate words. And all those other things, like we can't say gun and all that bullshit. So, yeah, we're not worrying about any of the normal rules because it's election night, and obviously there are no rules on election night. You can jump over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/spookytalkshow, and am I even on? Yeah, okay. Make sure the sound is on. Okay, so you can jump over to facebook.com/spookytalkshow, and over there you'll find a link. You'll also find it on our Twitter page. You'll also find it in the chat right now, and if you follow that Zoom link, you'll get into our little Zoom studio audience. Now, poor old Ryan is there, and he's just lonely as can be because he's the only person over there. We're gonna stop in and check with him in a minute, but you know, he's lonely. So somebody else jump over there. DJ S, I don't know who you are, but you tried to get in, and I don't know, you had no success, I guess. Try again. Zoom does weird stuff anytime somebody joins or leaves the group, so you'll see me fiddling with a lot of stuff, but hey, that's just like any other Spooky Talk show. We got some jokes, and we got some other shit, and my girlfriend Blake is going to be bringing in some live updates, and she won't get on camera, but maybe if we get a bunch of likes or something, everybody subscribes, maybe that will do it. I don't know. I'm going to ask DJ S to start video. I don't know who you are. Maybe I do. Okay. Oh, that's not a good sign, you guys. Anytime I just post a link to the Zoom chat, or to our Zoom studio audience, it's a lot like just jumping on chat roulette, and you never know what you're gonna get. And yeah, I don't know what I'm seeing. Oh wait, no, okay, no, there is a person there. Okay, and he's laughing at me, but hey. The first time we did this, there was video playback of some monkeys fucking each other. So I'm not being too, I can't be too careful. I'm trying not to bump the mic. I'm sorry, you guys. They want the headphones on. Okay, so, it's a little bit of a wild, spooky talk show. We didn't have a show Sunday night because I was just out of my mind. I got chemical burns on my fingers, and so pushing the buttons hurt, and so I took a night off. But Paul, our dedicated head writer, went ahead and wrote a whole set of monologue jokes, so I'll be damned if I'm not going to read them to you. That would be crazy, especially on a night like tonight where you need some good groaner jokes, and that's what we're good at, the ones you groan. And I don't know, I think that's it. Did you guys watch our last show with Cole Molina? That was a good show. If you didn't watch that, really good one. Wyatt and I tell some good ghost stories, and they're true. And then all sorts of other shit happens. We've got, I'm going to take the time to tell you guys, because we've got, let's see what we can do here. I can't do that. Okay, so we got a Teespring page, and we got a Patreon page. I've got all these awesome plans for our patrons. We just don't really have enough patrons to kickstart this whole thing. I've got a whole bunch of crap to give away, physical prizes and stuff that like you'll get in the mail, not just like, oh, you get a wallpaper. Yeah, wallpaper. You get actual like physical souvenirs and maybe even some 3D printed tchotchkes and things like that. And I promise not to sell your information or send you a whole bunch of spam stuff like that. So you'll only get the important updates. And I really want you guys to be involved. And so we'll do special live streams where you guys can pitch ideas and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, because it's like everybody else on Patreon, there's bonus content. So I've got a good 20 minutes of bonus content from a few of our guests, and I've got more that I'm going to start uploading as soon as people start joining in. And I guess that's it. I guess that's my whole spiel there. Yeah. Okay. It's like I said, it's monetization has been thrown out the window. We don't care. So I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion. I had this set up earlier. I ended up restarting my computer 36 times, so that didn't work. Let me see if I can. Will you help me out, Mr. Computer? Will you? Oh, wait. I think it will. The computer's going to be nice tonight, you guys. How about that? It's never nice. It's an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you guys, shameless self-promotion here. You can jump over to Bandcamp and find my band, Josh the Devil and the Sinners. We are currently pondering the idea of going into the studio and recording an album full of the cover songs that we used to put our stank on. And I don't know, we're still kind of up in the air about it. And so if some people go over to our Bandcamp site and you play some of our songs and maybe somebody, a few people buy a song or two, maybe somebody buys an album, well, maybe that's enough to get, we'll pull old Mark out of retirement and we'll go into the studio and record proper versions of Since You've Been Gone and some of the other songs that we had no business playing as a punk rock trio. I'm going to play you this one. Is that Okay, so there you go. There's a little taste. We do a punk rock, rockabilly kind of thing. And you can find us on Facebook, Josh the Devil and the Sinners, and joshthedevilandthesinners.bandcamp.com. I think I'm done with my shameless plugs. Okay, everybody in the Zoom chat, you guys hang on because we're going to jump over here and we're going to do some news because I know you guys are excited about the jokes that Paul wrote, and to be honest, so am I. I probably should have read these beforehand, but you know how this show is. I don't have time for that, so let's just start. A little something sad. Legendary actor Sean Connery died Saturday at the ripe old age of 90. The good side of that is it means there's one less guy in the world for your girlfriend to leave you for. That's a complicated joke. I should have read that beforehand, and it might not have sounded like that, but it probably would have anyway. What else? Oh, I'm glad you asked, because former Van Halen frontman Diamond David Lee Roth released a song dedicated to the late great Eddie Van Halen titled Somewhere Over the Rainbow Bar and Grill. It was a nice reminder for old school Van Halen fans that David Lee Roth is still alive, apparently. All right. Can he hit those high notes, though? We'll see. What else? Well, actress Lori Loughlin, she reported to prison this weekend to start her 2-month prison sentence for bribing college admission officials to get her daughter into the University of Southern California. They ought to tack on at least an extra week for that Full House reboot. Oh, where's my rim shot? Hey, send Jen. Send Jen? Okay. All right. The audience is telling me, is saying send Jen. I should send Jen to the studio audience? Well, that's what we did when we had our old building out back. We would have a nice big open bar full of all sorts of stuff, and usually some kind of chemical-laced punch that you would drink. And I mean chemical like it might have Drano or something in it, to really get things going. You got to do what you got to do to make people laugh at these jokes. Hey! Oh, double rim shot. Oh. What joke number are we on? 4! Netflix. Yes, Netflix has enacted a price increase. Oh. for the U.S. streaming, even among booming growth due to the government-imposed lockdowns. That's a bold movie for a company that's losing The Office at the end of the year. Boo! We're losing The Office. Oh, come on. Don't give me that, because you guys know you have 7 different streaming services, and The Office will just be moving from one to the other. It's not that big a deal. We did this with Friends. That's how HBO Max got you to sign up, isn't it? Yes, well, no. Probably not this audience, but somebody that watches a better show. Krispy Kreme's giving away free donuts on Election Day for patrons. I guess this is a little late. Who come in with "I voted" stickers. Donuts, sugar-coated and lacking in substance. Just like a large number of our political candidates. Oh. Oh. All right, that's, that's what we can do here tonight. We don't have a lot of optimism. We're trying to be hopeful, but you know how it is. We were hopeful last time, weren't we? Yes, we were. We were hopeful, and look where that got us. I think the only thing we can ask for is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. There he is. It's always a good time when Hacksaw stops by. Now, if we could get something trending on Twitter, maybe hashtag Hacksaw Go On Spooky Talk Show. I know there's got to be something better than that. But we get Hacksaw Jim Duggan on the show. I will send any 3D printed prop to that person who can make that happen. Because who doesn't want to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan? I mean, I can't think of one. Do you? You want to see Hacksaw? I know. Well, right? So, we've got, where's my buttons? I've got buttons here somewhere. Look at there. We've got people on our show. We've got Ryan and DJS. I don't, let's see if we can, hold on just a second now. I got to figure out which mouse to use. I'm going to ask Ryan to unmute himself.
Hello.
Ryan, how are you, sir?
Oh, great. Everything's going well, right? This has been a fantastic year.
This is fine. There's nothing out of the ordinary about today, right?
Yeah, it's all over now, right?
It's all over,
done?
and everything's peachy as far as I know. Until my girlfriend comes in and tells me different, that's what I'm going to go with. Now, Ryan, you came and joined us on our Mystery Science Theater debate, and
yes.
I was told early on that everyone else was doomed, that by bringing you on, I was essentially bringing a ringer on, and it kind of did appear to be the case, although you kind of picked a ringer episode, so I don't know if it was you or if it was the episode, but well done nevertheless, because your episode came out on top and everybody went away and immediately watched Mitchell, I have to assume. I can't imagine that anyone didn't watch our debate and then went and watched something else. No, obviously everybody went and watched Mitchell, so well done there. Now, Ryan, what was your voting experience? Did you have an easy time voting? Was it hard? Did you vote early? Did you do it today?
Yeah, so I live in California, so I voted 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago.
You got it done early.
Yeah, I made sure that it was out of there so that I didn't have to put up with this shit today, because God knows I already have enough anxiety about what's going on right now. So now I just have anxiety for everybody else that has to deal with this shit right now.
Yeah, that's right. I did see on my Facebook feed some of my friends in other various states were, 2-3 hours in lines. I saw, one of our other debaters, Kevin Heyman, had issues where he and a large other group of people were standing in a line for over an hour before they found out they were in the wrong line. Oh. There was no one there to tell them otherwise, so then they had to move over. So,
and if you're out there and you're watching this on your phone and you're in line, do not get out of line.
That's right.
Stay in line. Please, for the love of God, stay in line.
They can't stress that enough. If you are there, it's never too late. If you're there, they will let you vote, and it is worth it. Other years, maybe at the 17th hour, go home. But this year, you stay until the next day. I have a feeling that there will be people bringing you blankets and hot chocolate and things to keep you going.
I will be one of them.
I hope.
If I know where those places are, I will be one of those people.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Okay. Ryan, thanks so much for dropping by.
Of course.
Hopefully you will join us for our second Mystery Science Theater debate where we debate shorts. I have a feeling it will be just as entertaining. So make sure
Absolutely.
you come back for that. I'll let you know when we're gonna set it up.
I've already got my choice too.
I'm sure you do. I bet all of our debaters have already made their selection, and hopefully they're doing their homework now as we speak instead of watching the television. So Ryan, thanks so much.
Oh, of course.
Okay, let's jump over to our other person who's over here. Let me make sure nobody else is trying to get into the. No, okay. Hey, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, fantastic. Man, big fan of the show. Big fan of Ryan Rodriguez. Just really excited to be here.
Hey, awesome. What state are you talking to us from?
I am from the great state of Connecticut. I am a nutmegger.
Oh, fantastic. Well, tell us about your voter experience. Were you able to vote early and avoid all the chaos?
Well, I was able to vote in person today. I put on my Sunday best, as is tradition here in Connecticut, and I stood in line. I'm in the second district of Connecticut, so the line was a bit longer than the elitist had for District 1, but my vote did count. I was there. I signed up. And everything went very smoothly, very proud to be a part of the process,
Fantastic. So, adequate voting sites, things like that. Nothing.
100%. I must say that all of the polling employees handled the situation with aplomb and great character. They were very polite, and no one was confused about where to go. And everyone standing in line was very pleasant, and they appreciated the jokes that I had to tell.
Well, there you go. If they're in a good mood and up for jokes, then I'd say that's a better than average voter experience for sure.
Absolutely. And you know what? I just want to tell everyone what it's really about today. We're all Americans. We're all in this together. So be kind, vote your conscience, and do it for the little guys,
Amen. All right, fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us.
So happy to be here. Thank you. Huge fan.
Stay safe for sure. And
100%.
We'll keep watching the coverage as it comes in. All right. And are we back to me? Hey, well, this is going all right. We've already heard from a couple of people in completely different states from here in Arkansas than here myself in Arkansas. Now, I had a very, very easy, wonderful, pleasant voter experience. Voted early this past weekend. It was what was this weekend? No, it was early. When did we vote? Tuesday? We went on Tuesday, and it was very easy. It was raining a little bit, but when we went by our big public library, there were maybe 7 or 8 people out front in the line. Everybody was masked up, socially distancing, and I would say 15 minutes round trip. We were in and out of there. Everyone was very, very polite and helpful. Yeah. And as soon as we left, we got our voting stickers, and apparently my girlfriend Blake, her tradition is to stick it on her head and take a photo. Now, my tradition is if someone's going to take my photo, I make a face. I'm honestly not capable of not making a face, so it just happens. And so, of course, I don't know, I made some kind of face. And Blake posted it on her Instagram, and of course, she's really popular on the Instagram. And right away, CNN picked it up, and CNN said, "We love your picture. We're doing a picture of voters from every state. So would you represent the state of Arkansas?" And we said, of course, we will represent the state of Arkansas. So and they also said we were the best and funniest picture on there. I'm sure the funniest had nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you jump over on CNN.com, they got a great article about the 50 states of voters with the voter stickers, and you can see our pictures on there for Arkansas, looking all cute and shit. Blake, I believe you have some numbers for us.
Okay, the House is Democrats 141.
Wait, hold on. Oh, the House is Democrats 141.
Republicans 148.
Republicans 148.
We need 218 to
218 to control. Okay, and have the electoral votes on the states that they've already declared. How do they declare the fucking state with like 6%? I don't understand that. But
Biden has 80.
Biden has 80 now.
Trump has 51.
Trump has 51. See, now that sounds fantastic, but as we learned last time, it doesn't mean shit. It means
Texas
fuck
now.
off. We're thinking we got Texas. Well, holy shit.
And I believe we got Connecticut
And
as well.
and Connecticut, well, that's fantastic news if we can actually get those. Now, obviously, there's still a shit ton of votes to be counted. However, I assume, I don't know, but I assume they use really good projection models at these places. Now, what else? What else?
The Senate,
In the Senate,
39 Dems,
39 Dems, 37 Republicans,
51 to
the 51 to control. Okay.
And the percentage overall
Yep.
for Biden and Trump.
Overall
Biden
percentage,
48.
Biden 48,
50.
Trump 50. Well, that doesn't sound as good. But
It's early.
it's early.
Early.
It's early. There's a shit ton of votes. We've got all of those mail-in votes. You get the absentee ballots. We've got all of that stuff. Those are all legitimate votes. They're all going to be counted, and then we can actually see the real numbers. Now, here in Arkansas, we've got, I don't know if you guys, well, who am I kidding? Of course, you guys know our royal world-class asshole, Tom Cotton. We're not proud of him. I don't know anyone who is. And we would like nothing better than to vote him the fuck out for you guys. We really would. There's a lot of us that would really love to do that. And if you guys have been following the news, we all got screwed because there was some, I don't know the details, but there was some sort of irregularity or some kind of something in the campaign finances. Something was dug up at the last possible second. And so our Democratic nominee was just booted right off the ballot. So there you go. So we'd love to help you, but Tom Cotton's people have very, very deep pockets, and clearly he spared no expense to dig up anything he could and get him kicked right off the ballot. So there's where we're at in Arkansas. So it's hard to feel real optimistic here because we really wanted to vote against him. I know I did, and I still voted against him, but did I really? Okay, you got to do what you can, and you vote how you believe, and that's all you can do. That's all we can do. Now, obviously, there's the Electoral College, and for the most part, we didn't even hear that after civics class until last election, and then it was wait a minute, holy shit, that is how that works, isn't it? That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And here we are 4 years later, and it's still just as fucked up as it was then, and there we go. But it's what we've got. It's what we're working with. You work with what you got. As War Machine famously said in Avengers Endgame. Yes, we've reached the delirium portion of the show, and we're only 23 minutes in. Ha! Guys, we are going to take a little bit of a break from that sort of talk because we did get an amazing submission from our friends over in Monster Boy. They knew we were needing some content for our show this past Sunday night, and they said, hey, we've got a great song that we haven't released. We'll send you the video if you want to show it. I said, hell yes. So they sent it over, and of course we didn't have the show. I took the time to nap for about 64 hours, and then so I've got this video, so I thought I'd play it for you guys now. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, of course it would be. So I'm going to push this button, and hopefully this shit works. And here's Monster Boy, and I'd love to tell you the name of the song, but I can't remember it. It's probably pretty clear. He probably says it in the chorus. So here's Monster Boy with this great song. Monster Boy. There they were. I can't find my applause button. I've lost it. Must be under the desk somewhere. Monster Boy. Find them over on Facebook.com/Monster Boy, I bet. Or if you just run a search for Monster Boy Facebook, I'm sure you'll find those guys. Big friends of the show. Formerly of the Chris was from the band Flaming Death Furies, which if you're a longtime viewer of the show, you'll remember. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, my mic's on. I'm bad at not turning my mic on. I'm trying to push set buttons so that the mic comes on, but now I'm paranoid. Anyway, if you watched our very first episode, you'll know the Flaming Death Furies were our very, very first musical guest. And I cannot wait until we can have live musical guests in our studio again and a live studio audience to boot. But until then, we'll just settle for really, really awesome Zoom interviews from celebrities who never would have come to my little backyard shed. Speaking of backyard sheds, shout out to Viv2600 for being an old school viewer of the show. Back when Adam the Woo came on. That's right. I've been a big Adam the Woo fan for a very, very long time. And I don't know if I'd use the word stalked him on social media, but I did keep track of where he was and when he was going to be places with the notion of bringing him down and making him sit on our dirty couch and answer questions. Of course, I stocked up with Mountain Dew so I could lure him in as a trap. And that was awesome. If you haven't seen our Adam the Woo interview, go watch it. Now, that was a long time ago. I'm a lot better at interviewing now. I'd only done one season, and when the guy you really like, who you watched a lot of his videos, comes in, and he's the first real celebrity guest on your show, it's hard not to shut the fuck up. And I could not shut the fuck up. So, that being said, still a pretty good interview. Go watch Adam the Woo on our channel. There you go. We've seen Monster Boy before as well. On our first episode back from the season COVID, they sent us some videos. Now, they were streaming live concerts every night for weeks in a row. So there's a just metric fuck ton of Monster Boy content available on their website. So you should go check that out if you dig them. They're one of those bands who actually used this time very well and wrote and recorded just a whole mess of new songs. So go over there and check them out if you like. If you've got a band you'd like to recommend, send us something for Spooky Talk Show. I would love that. Just tag them on Facebook and tell them that they should send us something, because that would be awesome. Same with comedians. If you got a comedian friend, you're like, hey, I got a comedian friend. He'd be great on that show. Hey, we'll put him on. We're not picky. We have one writer. He would love the company. So, I don't know. As far as I know, nothing else has changed. Seems like I came up with something else for you guys to watch. But we won't do that just yet. Hit our Patreon page. We'd love it if you did. $1 a month would mean the world to us. Just a few more people, and we will start doing exclusive live streams and giving all sorts of shit away. And there's camera 2. Hey, if you jump over on thepropbasement.com and you use the code SPOOKY, you'll get 10% off your order. Hey, what can you find at thepropbasement.com, Josh? Well, you can find awesome little things like this desktop-sized movie sign from Mr. Science Theater, or you can buy a full-size one if you want, if you've got that kind of space on your desk. You can find Han Solo blasters. You can find you can find little unpainted miniatures, and you can find Tom Servo 7-inch action figure kits, and just all sorts of stuff. Tons of Star Wars props and movie props and things like that, and other fun items. And of course, I make all kinds of custom shit as well, because I'm not doing anything else, am I? So there you go. You can use the code SPOOKY and get 10% off. There's only 10 of those, so use it now or use it soon. There's also gift cards. You can always get a gift card for your friend who is into nerdy shits. And for Mystery Science Theater fans, there's a few items there, and I'm hoping to add a lot more Mystery Science Theater items as time goes on. Where's camera 1? There it is. Hey. Well, we're just going to do a few more things, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here because I'm just going to, I don't know, take some Tylenol PM and pass out and wake up tomorrow, and hopefully they'll have half the votes counted. And the cat's going to bump the camera around. Cat, you are not the cameraman. I guess the cat is the cameraman, come to think of it. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm running out of material pretty quickly, so I would suggest you jump over onto the channel and watch some of our classic interviews if you like Mr. Science Theater when you're luck, because I interviewed J. Elvis Weinstein, and I interviewed Mary Jo Pehl, and Frank and Trace stopped by, as well as a ton of other people. If you're more into music and other shit, well, I got Jess Margera from CKY, and Co Molina from the Dirt Bombs, and Co and the Knockouts. So there's all sorts of shit. Now, like I said earlier, the show used to be in a nice little building, and it was very social. We had a nice studio audience section and a nice little area for our bands to play. Kind of modeled the whole thing loosely after the old Jon Stewart show, which none of you are old enough to remember. All right, maybe one of you. We can't do that now. But what we can do right now, you guys, is we can check out some of the greatest clips from season 2, arguably the best season of Spooky Talk Show. Apologies to whoever was in season 3. So we're going to take a look at that now, and you can get a really good idea what the show used to be, and maybe, just maybe, what it's going to be again in the not too distant future. Welcome to Spooky Talk Show. I am your host, Josh the Devil, and we are going to have some fun tonight, aren't we? Yeah! That's right. You're damn right we are. All right. We have a fantastic show lined up, and I am not blowing smoke out your ass this time. I'm blowing smoke actually up Jared's ass. We'll find out about that later in a segment we call Blowing Smoke Up Jared's Ass. But first, I've got to tell you, Wendy's. I hate to complain about Wendy's, but Wendy's, they've discontinued the spicy nuggets. Boo! Boo is right, and proving once again, the gingers have no souls. That's right. Zing! Zing! Those are the types of jokes you'll hear on Spooky Talk Show. Tonight, instead of a regular Twitter question, we've got the top 5 comments you've given us on our Adam the Woo video. Woo! Starting out here, you don't have to clap for that. That's okay. Starting out with number 5, stupid. Really, really stupid. All right, fair enough. Jared.
Almost as many views as the size of the studio audience.
Also, fair enough. Now, we did have about 5,000 views when that guy made that comment, so that was a little weird. But okay, so number 3, very high production value. All right, number 2 comment on our Adam the Woo video.
Get the Colonel his own show.
Oh, number 1 comment on our Adam the Woo video, and I'm not sure what this means. Welcome to the new KKK America, frowny face.
What?
What is the correct response? We do have a great show for you tonight. I would tell you some jokes, but there's nobody to give me any cue cards with the jokes on there, so I'm going to keep stalling, I guess, until maybe one of my crew members wants to hold them up, so
Thank you.
I could, you're going to have to, and then we'll not, and then over, and then down just a, well, and then split the difference, and then, well, now don't do it crooked. Okay, in Mississippi, and finally, a man attempted to get into the Guinness Book of World Records by climbing upstairs head first. Now, there's a way to get ahead in life. 'Cause I'm sorry. Okay, no, you know what? I'm not sorry. And here's a blank page I'm going to read that says, that was the funniest joke all night! Oh, let's give it up for that last joke. Which one of the writers wrote that? That was genius. You're writing all of next week's show. Okay, well, how about in San Diego? Let's get a little closer to home. In San Diego, a brewery, has successfully made beer from sewage water. And how do you expect me to drink that shit? Alternate punchline. Apparently they haven't heard of Bud Light because it's right there. Just go get yourself one. It's not that
We have them right there.
Yeah, there's some over there, as a matter of fact. Hey, Donald Trump, of course, Donald Trump, how could we go a show without talking about Donald Trump? He refused to shake hands with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. We all saw it. He just wouldn't shake her hand. Apparently, he didn't... Somebody send us some money so we can get Jared some handwriting lessons. These cue cards are like written by a chimpanzee. That's right. The perfume is called Kitten Fur because that's... We should have rehearsed this show.
Name.
When you want her face to smell like pussy.
So I'm taking a piss in Hibernia, and it's a very crowded area. It's a very intimate little spot for 4 guys to try and be taken a leak at once. And somebody farted, and I got scared. And the reason I got startled was because it sounded like a female voice going, "Hello."
Okay, what do you guys think? We got Kit Harington or Paul Hodge. That was exactly the same, you lazy bastards. We're indecisive. We don't want to take sides. Someone will get mad at us if we choose.
Well, they don't want to hurt our feelings.
They both win. I did.
Damn millennials!
Did you guess?
And we're going to be...
Did you guess? Why am I having to lean way over to get in frame? Come on. This is my show. It says Josh the Devil on the thing down there. See, look. Right down where... okay, all right, well...
Now he's just blurry.
Oh man, they're becoming sentient.
Oh, I got lost in my own eyes there for a minute. Okay. Where are we over here now? All right.
All right. So when it gets about that thick, you are good to go. Just pour it out. Find something to dip in it. And make sure you thank your Uncle Velveteen.
Excuse me. I just have to know. Are you Mexican? Why, yes, I am.
Kate! What? Okay.
What you doing, buddy?
Can we get a close up? We get a close up of Jesus!
He's good. Is there something? He's good. Let's go on with this.
Is there something in there I'm not seeing?
No, dude, he's good. This is what he does.
Well, thank you guys so much
Thank you for
coming.
having us, Josh. Thank
Thanks.
you guys for having us. You guys give a round of applause. Come on. Make some noise.
Oh, how about that? Makes me miss the good old days when we'd have stand-up comedians. You saw some clips there with the Kleitz brothers. Those fellows are out there in California making some noise, getting on some programs there, and kicking up some YouTube gaming channel. I'm an asshole because I don't know, and I'd put the link there, but the cat keeps... You were the second worst cameraman we've had. All right, so, okay, everybody in the chat apparently is shouting that we've got to give Ryan more screen time. I guess this is Spooky Talk Show with Ryan. So let me see what I can do here. The cat's going to knock over my thing anyway. All right, let's see here. And... where's the button? Oh, there's a button here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Ryan, hey, they're saying Ryan should run in 2020. Well, it's too late to write Ryan in, but let me click the ask to unmute button if I can here. Well, I'm pushing it. I swear I'm clicking it. Hey, there we go. Well, I think it's probably a little bit too late anyway. But there's maybe it's just the right time to start. 2024. There we go. So we'll start working on your campaign for 2024. Now, Ryan, here's because I wanted to hear more info from you. Here's the question that I would have asked you had we had just infinite time during our debate, and that is back in the early days of message boards and news groups. The Mike versus Joel battles began. That is where they began. There really was no other battleground, and so that's where they started. And so here's the thing. At that point, it was very vocal. There seemed like there were very definitive sides. And each side really felt very strongly one way or another. Do you think that has changed? Oh, wait a minute. Hey. Hold on just a second. It's not, why is it not showing you? It's showing a blank screen here. Hold on just a second. I've got it clicked on the right. Are you kidding me here? Okay. Wow. See, this is why I don't like Zoom. Dang it, Zoom. Well, okay, that's no good. Because now you're just not there. There's just nothing there. Well, damn it. Okay. Well, they can hear you, so I will work on it. Tell us. Go ahead. What were you saying?
So it's a strange divide because you have Joel as the creator. So without him, you don't have the show. But at the same time, while Mike wasn't the host until the middle of season 5, he was the head writer since season 1. So
Right.
his fingerprints are all over the show, no matter what season it is. So even if you like the Joel era, you still like Mike's writing. You like what he brings to the show. But also, when he took over kind of altogether, there was a different kind of personality to it. The jokes were kind of meaner. It was a little more kind of like for adults than it was kind of for the whole family. So I get like why there's kind of a divide. But at the same time, like, I mean, ultimately, it's a fun puppet show. Like, come on, just enjoy it. Just
There it
like
is.
sit down, just it's 3 people in a theater watching a crappy movie, having fun. Like, just get over it.
Yeah, just
Like,
relax. Yeah,
I
it's
have
just
my
a show.
favorite host. Whatever, who cares? That doesn't matter.
Okay, there we go. It's as simple as that. Now Rob wants to know if Mystery Science Theater characters were political figures, who would they be? That's a good question.
Well-
that's tough. So many of them I don't think would be political character,
I think, well, Servo would be Mussolini.
okay.
For sure.
Okay. Well, Crow wants to decide who lives and who dies, so
That is true. So who would that actually be? I mean, like Stalin, I guess. I mean, maybe like Rick Scott.
I mean, I don't know that any woman could hold Servo, so if he's single, then he couldn't be president.
Yeah. And I mean, Gypsy's Elizabeth Warren. We all know that.
Okay.
That's
Yep. All
that's
right.
kind of like
All
that's
right.
swish. Cambot would have to be. Let's see, who's the silent type in politics? Man, this would be so much easier if I was good at improv.
Hey, likewise. Well, that's
let's
okay. That is a good question, though. No, there's several other debates that we could have, Mystery Science Theater debates. So we might as well pitch a few out here and see which ones stick. Best song is the first one that comes to my mind. Best walk-on character by by whoever. It could be it could be Perkins. It could be Satan. It could be Jan in the Pan. I
have to go Mr. B. Natural.
Mr. B.
Hands down.
Natural.
Hands down.
And there's a lot of good ones. Bridget does nail Mr. B Natural, kind of.
It's like the first time that a character literally stepped out of the screen and just onto the satellite. It was kind of like I there's no divide between those two.
I'd say, you know, either a tie or a very close second. Paul Chapin as the devil.
Yes,
because
Pitch,
he has the exact same body type as the devil in the
and the
so
laugh. Oh, that laugh.
Yeah, so I mean that's tough. That's tough. You know.
But I'm glad you did mention Jack Perkins, because it's not actually Jack Perkins. Like, that's not how he behaves in real life. But
no, it's a creepy.
It is taking it to another level.
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
brilliant
for sure. I quite like Mike's Morrissey.
Yes.
That's I quote that a lot.
Talking about how he cried today.
Yeah. Is it wrong not to always be sad? And I had to ask Frank and Trace. I said, who was the Morrissey fan? Somebody was one of you guys. But here's a question for you, Ryan. And this one probably would need some research, and that is, of all of the fandoms that are referenced, and I'm by that I mean like Monty Python jokes or Spinal Tap jokes. There's a number of like very recurring ones. So there's a lot of Monty Python and a lot of Spinal Tap right off the bat. I wonder which like film / band / whatever was referenced more. Mannix is referenced.
Anytime somebody jumps, it's Mannix. But I think the top is Trek. Simply because every single episode has at least one Klingon language camp.
Yeah, there's a Shatner reference. There's a Gorn reference. There's that's
that's
true.
Gorn Captain. At least every third episode.
It very well could be Star Trek. So
yeah, I mean they did an entire episode that was just an episode of Star Trek.
That's true. That's true. I'll never get the image of Mike dressed as Captain Janeway out of my brain ever. Not as long as I live. Thanks, Mike Nelson.
Oh, he looked good in that.
He did. That's why I can't get it out of my head.
Oh, it's fantastic.
He was like Dave Foley in drag. There's just some things that.
Or it looks like Isabella Rossellini anytime he puts on a wig. Fantastic.
Yeah, if you do it too well, forget it. Yeah, just no. It's too creepy. That's the uncanny valley right there. So there you go. I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here. We've done about an hour. Rob wants to know which episode pairs best with a porterhouse steak. Let's see. There is an episode where they reference the Beef Council commercial a couple of times. I'm having trouble thinking about which one it is, but that's the first one.
The Beast of Yucca Flats. I mean, of course.
No, I'm thinking Earth Attack of the Giant Spider. All the cattle mutilations.
Oh, Giant Spider Invasion.
Giant Spider Invasion. Yeah, cattle mutilations. That's your perfect thing. Porterhouse steak. Looking at the cow everywhere and wondering, yes, I guess this is a good steak. So there we go. Werewolf for sure. Okay, there's Werewolf. That's a good song. See, there's so many. There's so many songs. Let Me Be Frank About Frank is gonna be right there at the
United
top of
Servo Men's Academy Chorus. It's entirely lyrics from other songs, but composed in such a brilliant way.
Oh, and I'll pose this question to any Misties watching. I'm looking at my Tom Servo the other day, and I'm thinking, there were a number of costumes that Tom wore with his full-size body, not with a separate body. There's a whole line of those, but with his normal body, there were a number of costumes that he wore that it would seem to me could be fairly easily replicated. But due to their size, you'd have to buy a bunch of fabric, and it would just seem like if I made one outfit, I could make three just the same. So the question is, Misties, do you have a Tom Servo? And if so, do you want him to have some costumes from the show? So there you go. There's the question for any Misties that have their own Tom Servo. I haven't assembled my crow yet. When I do, I'll start working on crow costumes, and then we'll go from there. But there's your question of the week. Do you have a Tom? And does he want to dress up and feel special? And you know the answer is, of course he does. So tune in next Sunday. I don't have a fucking clue what we're going to show. I don't have a guest. I don't have anything. Actually, that's not true. We got a good lead. Maybe it'll pan out. Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, yes, that Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, did say, hey, you know, I would come on your show. And I said, well, you can come on the show anytime, Felissa Rose. And so hopefully that'll work. Hopefully she'll actually follow through. They, you know, sometimes people say that and then they don't follow through. And I get really sad and depressed. And then somebody else says, well, I'll do it. And then I jump right back and we do another show. So there you go. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. I got to thank Monster Boy for sending us an awesome video clip. I got to thank Paul for sending us jokes. Sorry I used them late, Paul, but better late than never. It's not like you wrote me jokes and I just threw them away again. Sorry about that. And there we go. An hour seems pretty good, and we're going to get out here. Tune in Sunday night, and we'll have a whole new set of jokes, and Wyatt will be joining us again, and he and I will do something silly, and we'll try and do at least, 1 week where it's not Mystery Science Theater related content. I know, but we'll take a week off. That's not that bad. So there you go. There it is for tonight. And go over and check out our Bandcamp page, Josh the Devil and the Sinners, and our Teespring site, and our Patreon site. And holy shit, it's a lot of sites. So there you go. Thanks for watching Spooky Talk Show. And do I even have the button? Yes. So piss off.